Welcome everybody to another episode of my podcast. This is the second episode. I hope you enjoyed the first one. If you haven't watched it, check it out in my bio. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most prominent things on the spiritual journey. If you're someone who is embarking on your spiritual journey, if you're looking for something deeper than yourself, if you're contemplating something more in your life, I'm going to be talking about the power of awareness and how this idea of awareness, this word that we've been given, and the meaning of it is something that can attend to every part of your journey. And is the overarching meaning, I believe, of how you control your life as a spiritual vessel going through this physical existence. Now, I like you to think about the idea of awareness and what you define as awareness in your life right now. Most of us think awareness is just being able to observe something in a sense. But in the spiritual aspect, awareness is being able to almost look at yourself, and I give an analogy from a bird's eye view angle. Look at your body, look at your mind, and observe it while being able to be the forefront of the control of your physical existence, of your physical vessel. Spiritual awareness allows you to see your thoughts for what they are, allows you to self-reflect on every action and decision that you take so you can become a greater vessel. So think about this idea of your thoughts, and when you're thinking of your thoughts, who is the thinker of the thoughts? That is the awareness. When you think, and the gap, the 0.00 second gap between one thought and another, that blank space which they call God, which they call the universe, the I am, that is the pure awareness that if you dip your toes into, that is when you find freedom within this journey, knowing you're not this person, this identity, this name of yours, this physical flesh that you have been given. So to build your awareness, you must start to meditate, to journal, to do the spiritual practices to allow you to raise your vibrational frequency so you can have greater awareness. And I believe the more you do that, the more you go deep into the spiritual journey, you'll have greater awareness and be able to have greater control of your life. Awareness allows you to be the controller, to not be controlled, to see every thought come through from a bird's eye view, and be able to recognize that these thoughts aren't you. So all the ideas of anxiety, depression, negative thoughts, they dissolve into the awareness. Because the awareness is everything. Awareness is the consciousness. The consciousness being conscious of itself. So I want you to really recognize that if you're someone on that journey, and if you're new to the journey especially, and you're questioning, what is my purpose of this journey? Where am I trying to get? What am I trying to seek? Stop for a moment and just be aware. Awareness is presence. Awareness is everything. I've had many instances where I question, what is the purpose of this journey? Why have I been put on this planet to be awakened and see through the illusions of everything around me? And the more you question, what is my purpose? What am I looking for? You realize there's no such thing as a seeking, because a seeking pertains to the fact that there's going to be an outcome, but the outcome is fleeting. Because that is a future sense idea, but we're actually a present moment beings. Future never exists. There's no such thing as an outcome. Existence is the outcome, as Osho says. So we are living the outcome. And by having awareness, we can almost have a greater picture of this current outcome. We can just go through life knowing that nothing that comes our way rarely matters. And that is so liberating. It's so much freedom of the mind. And all that pressure comes within your mind. You realize you're not your mind. This is just a tool. This is just something convincing yourself, possessing you, thinking that this is everything. But we are the pure awareness, the I am, the consciousness. And when you stop and say, I am my name, I am Jess. I'm not Jess. But who is the I am? The I am is God. Pure existence, omnipotent, omniscient existence. The consciousness of who we are at our core level. And we can't see it with our senses. But it's just who we are. You have to bypass your senses, and once you awaken, your senses dissolve in the illusory world of which we've been given into that soul, that spirit of who you came here to be. So start working yourself, so you can have a greater awareness. I tell people who are embarking on that spiritual journey, who have a lot of confusion, focus on awareness. Be aware when those thoughts come in, when you have that confusion, when you have those negative thoughts, when something happens, that a test comes to you. Be aware. Observe. Be the observer. Connect to your higher self, which is the awareness that looks over your reality. And then you will realize that all of this around us is just a figment of our imagination. Our imagination is just a made-up thing within our mind. Some of the greatest tools that have helped me, I guess, dismantle my mind to be able to connect to my awareness is meditation. Meditation is life. Osho talked about how I meditate 24 hours a day. It's not just a period of 20, 30 minutes, an hour a day where I sit there cross-legged, close my eyes. Life is meditation. Because meditation is awareness. When you're aware of every action, of every thought, of every decision, of every emotion, that is meditation. Because by doing meditation consciously, listening to a guided meditation, close your eyes, observing your breath and your thoughts, that sheer act is to gain more awareness. So the real meditation is 24 hours a day, not the 23 hours. Not the 1 out of 23 hours where you're meditating cross-legged. How do you bring that into the rest of your day? By being conscious of everything that happens in your life. And the more you're conscious of that, the more you can literally be a co-creator with the universe, because you control everything around you. And it's obviously easier said than done. And it's something you're constantly going to be tweaking, learning. Because something is going to come your way. And it's going to hit you, and then you're going to forget about the awareness because you're going to be stuck into that physical reality. But try to gain back that conscious awareness of being, okay, this is not what's happening right now. This is a test, and I'm going to observe from a bird's eye view. I'm going to be my higher self, and I'm going to observe, why is this happening? Dissipate the situation and go back and connect and learn the lesson. So awareness is everything. If I talk to anybody and tell them what is the spiritual journey about, forget about meditation, whatever your stereotype is around it. Forget about enlightenment, awareness. Because as long as you have awareness, you can achieve whatever state you want. Because it allows you to be present, allows you to be the control of your life. And with awareness, and as you raise the awareness to get to the peak awareness, you could say, you will be the control of everything. And everything that holds you back in your mind, that held you back in this physical sense of reality, will set you free. Gain that awareness, work on yourself, raise your vibration, be present, know that there's nothing that you're looking for that is going to fulfill you. Existence is now. The goal of existence is already here. Life is the goal. Life is the outcome. Everything is what it is. Once you accept that fact, you set yourself free and you just be. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to another episode of my podcast. If you liked it, I would kindly ask you to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want, and I hope to see you another time. Share the spiritual wisdom that will help you on your journey. I love you all.